Indiana Jones, It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones Minute.
Hey, welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute. This is the show where we are viewing and discussing the film Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny 3 minutes at a time. My name is Tom Taylor.
Take the wheel, Jerry. I'm Pete Mummert.
I'm Gerald Christopher. I'm getting back what's mine, Porter.
Beautiful. And we are all here to discuss minutes 67 through 69 of this exciting movie and tuk-tuk chase, which may never end. We'll see. Who knows? Let's find out. These minutes begin with chase and more chase as Indy, Helena, and Teddy trade blows and bumpers with Raheem's and Voeller's cars. A lot happens, and I know Jerry is counting on me to make it all make sense with a summary, but I don't know how to do that. So I'll just say that after much vehicular fracas, Raheem is out of the chase without having cut off Helena's head. Voeller is out of it, still in possession of the dial and apparently in the custody of the U.S. Army, ? And Helena and Indy trade some more quips about him not being there for her and family not mattering to him. And the minutes end with their tuk-tuk breaking down and finally, blessedly, coming to a stop.
So the minute opens up with somebody honking, but I don't know who it is.
Oh.
Which vehicle?
Coming to the wrong place.
Yeah, there's the tuk-tuk and two cars. So I want to know, like, they kind of show
Might
the
be
one
Indy's
car.
nose.
No. That was Last Crusade, Peter. No, I'm wondering, is this a conker honk? In that, like, is it kind of like like sort of like when the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard honks, and you're like, why'd they do that? You know what I mean? It's like sort of a conker honk. Yeah, they're doing like they're not actually honking to be like, "Hey, buddy, you're in the way. I'm trying to make a right-hand turn here." Like, yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
As if anybody didn't know that any of those vehicles was there bumping into each other.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Who's the person honking?
I don't know.
And it's like you're honking like, I'm the Knight Rider.
Yeah. Well, in addition to somebody honking, it's interesting too because the big guy gets out the machine gun and starts shooting. And are they?
Yeah.
I don't understand what's happening. Like, are they fine with killing Helena and Indy and Teddy at this point because they have the dial? Are they just like, we'll just kill them all, or were they fine with it at all times? I don't really understand why suddenly the violence has escalated massively.
I would say yes, of course, they are totally fine with killing anybody who's in their way and trying to get the dial from them, except that later on in these minutes, Houck takes out his gun and is trying to shoot across Kleber, like shoot at Indy and Helena's car.
He says, "Are you crazy?"
And he's like, "Are you crazy?" And he shoves his gun out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah,
okay,
I don't get it.
that makes no sense.
Yeah,
I personally think it's a editing continuity thing. Like, I think they just had a whole bunch of stuff and edited it in a way that doesn't necessarily make sense if you're watching it.
Okay,
not
Tommy,
fast.
I know you said you struggle with these minutes, but I'm leaning on you.
No.
Who is in Houck's car?
Okay, there's him and Kleber are in the
Right.
front. Kleber's driving, and
Right.
then in the back you've got Fuller and a fourth
There's
guy.
a second
who I don't know who
Kleber.
that
There's
is.
like a
There's a second
Yeah.
Kleber.
There's like Kleber's kid brother.
Okay,
Klebe.
okay.
I think that's the real like MacGuffin is there's a cloning thing going on. This is the real clone war.
The boys from Brazil. Yeah.
So and that's the guy who kind of falls out with the whoop, 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 whoop in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Teddy,
Not with a whoop whoop whoop. I think that's maybe like the most violent death caused by Indiana Jones in this whole movie.
Okay, but let's discuss that for a second because I mean we're getting way ahead. But when Helena is hanging onto first of all, when she gets out of the tuk-tuk and rips like a piece of metal off of the frame.
Yeah, right.
And it's like it's weirdly jerky when she smashes the car window, and when she's hanging onto it, it's crazily cartoon looking. And for part of me is like, okay, in the middle of this kind of bleak, dreary slog of a movie, there's a little bit of Spielberg magic, jerky cartoonishness. But I don't. And that almost made me feel like I could be watching 4 other Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones movies. But I feel like the movie doesn't earn those cartoony moments.
And I
like
don't
they
know
don't seem
if that's
to,
like
they,
an
to me, they don't.
intentionally cartoony thing. It's like it just seems like it's jerky. Like I don't.
Oh,
like, I don't know if
because
it's
to me
like,
it felt very
I don't know.
Spielbergy for a minute. Like it had that weird,
Okay.
like that weird look, like when
Like, whoa, I'm
a
out of
henchman's about
control.
to get him. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, wait,
Pete,
Pete,
I
which
don't know.
part? Where when she pulls out that crowbar thing?
When she rips the crowbar off and then she hits the car,
Yeah.
and when she swings over to that car, it's super jerky, like it's super kind of cartoony looking. Like the rest of it's very realistic, and all of a sudden it feels like a cartoon, which I love. But either it was unintentional or, yeah, I'm guessing it was unintentional.
I kind of, I like the foot on the machine gun.
Yeah.
I do like that. That's a very Indiana Jones little touch there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go,
he
yeah,
shoves
and then
his foot
I
on the thing so it shoots at the
I
other
like
car
that she
instead.
jumps out and does the old crowbar thing, and then she does something. It's both cartoonish and really violent and very personal when she
But that's the
chokes.
Spielberg feeling part. Yeah, that all feels like Spielberg, which I like.
Yeah,
But why did she rip her sleeves off? What's the sleeve thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know.
Does he wanna
Okay,
get him caught
I
on
know
the
why
end?
that is.
Oh.
Okay.
That is a Temple of Doom reference. I thought about this. I think if and
that's
we're
funny.
gonna have a pre whatever you want to say a previous movie watch. We've been caught that they have a lot of callbacks. They have a lot of sort of homage, and then a lot of just little winks and nods. And I'm noticing more and more. And when I saw her do that, it made no sense at all. Except then there she is with her, her bare arms, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's Indy on the bridge of Temple of Doom. Yeah.
So now you can get 2 action figures out of that same outfit.
Yes.
Like sleeveless and sleeve.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're just paying it forward. So in a few years, we're gonna have a movie where some kid's gonna be complaining that Teddy abandoned him, and where were you? When it-
Right. I guess so.
I think there's a lot of little Easter eggs like that in here. So
I guess so. I really
struggle with like it's hard to tell what's an
Yeah.
Easter egg and what's a mistake and what's a.
I just said there was
Humpty
something about
Dumpty?
these 3. We've
Yeah.
been in this chase for I guess like 2 episodes
16
or something like.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, there's something about these 3 minutes especially that are just like they made me feel like I was crazy or like just dizzy or something. Like like okay, I know that she jumps from that car to that car. I see everything that everybody's doing, but somehow none of it adds up in some weird way. Like
I
it's
think
just
it's a
like that's why I
continuity
couldn't
thing.
write a summary of it. It was just like
Yeah.
oh, there's just like a cacophony of stuff.
I think it's all just they filmed like 38 hours of this chase and then they just said okay, edit it, and someone had to. Put
And
it
there
all
were
together.
clearly parts where they could have cut stuff out.
Yeah.
Like either of the like cut out one little sequence of like cut out the Kleber stopping him from shooting or something like
Yeah.
little seconds
Or just
here and
move
there.
that to the front and move him shooting more later or something because it.
Yeah, I've decided now
Yeah.
you should shoot. Go for it.
Yeah.
But there's that there's like a little exchange. I forget where it happens, but like they're I don't know. I think they've got their I don't know, but they're they're in the tuk-tuk, and Indy is saying, "I didn't come here to save you from your fiance or whatever. I just want the dial back." And that goes on for about I don't know 10 seconds or something, and that's like 10 seconds that you could easily lose from them. Like, why is he saying that? Like, we know you want the dial back. We know you're not here to save her from her fiance. Why are you saying this, Indiana Jones?
well,
But
he does.
that had one of the rare lines I like in the movie though is she goes, "Rescue me." Like I thought that was a great line. Like that felt
Yeah.
like Princess Leia or Mary.
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
felt
that
like a
was.
real
Well,
classic line.
he says that also to what's the guy's name? Who's the main bad guy?
Fuller.
Fuller. Yeah, he's like, give me the dial.
Yeah, come on, give me the dial.
Yeah, it's
Go on, smartass, and do it.
it's really on the nose.
It is. It's like Clay was going to be like, oh, he really does want the dial.
I was like,
doesn't he?
oh,
I'll give him
fine.
the dial.
Wait, so I
whining,
mean,
I'll give it to you.
so because it is, you know what is, I do appreciate the sort of orchestration of the chaos. You're like, okay, she jumps on the back, she's strangling him from the back, which is pretty cool. I gotta say, and his head, and it's nice to see him really vulnerable, and just completely you're like, oh,
his
that's
hair's
just
all crazy.
Yeah, it's a terrible position to be in. She's like,
he never tried asking before. He never tried just asking for the thing.
I know, he never. She's like water skiing behind his neck. Disgusting. And then he comes in from the side, and first of all, I love Indy opens up the door.
That movie's incredible.
That's incredible.
Really
that I wish we had 10 times the amount of that, like him using his head like his dad with the umbrella.
Yeah.
And 90% less him being an action hero. Like, I feel like that's the kind of stuff that works.
But that is a solid action hero move, though. It's like straight out of the truck chase.
Kind of.
It's like
but
that kind of like violence.
But it doesn't take superhuman strength to open that car. Well, it might actually.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he opens
because I yanks like the guy from his leg. I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, he just pulls the guy out, and the guy was like, "That guy's like, I'm not supposed to go like this."
Right.
He thought about his demise, like, oh, I'll probably get stabbed. Or
thought about his late wife demise.
Yeah,
his late wife demise.
But I feel like Teddy does a weird thing when Teddy bashes through the door with the tuk-tuk. I don't feel like that would work. Like that would crash the tuk-tuk. But Teddy, Teddy just rolls right through it.
It is kind of.
And then Indy literally kicks him out of the seat. Like he swings up and kicks him with.
His
feet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
But back to that, you're like, she's water skiing behind his neck. Indy's got the dial, right? He's got the satchel or whatever, and he's like, "Come on, give me the dial."
Yeah,
which is a really strange line.
It's really strange.
And like she's sort of choking him, and he's pulling the dial. How does that dude manage that?
How does he still hold it on?
And then why doesn't Houck shoot him?
He gave the gun to the other Kleber guy. In the back seat.
Okay.
And then wasn't she like just like pounding it out of his hand or something?
Yeah,
beating his head or his hand,
which is cool. That's good action here.
So maybe the gun went flying back. Maybe the gun flew backwards, and then Big Raheem picked it up, and he shoots that at him in a few minutes.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's like again, like if you doing it, minutes at a time, you can see everything that's happening. But it's just it's kind of a mess. Like I don't know. It's not sticking with me at all. And it's just like a bunch of stuff that happens.
Well, I think it's a video game. I think if you watch it fast, it's fine. If you watch it slow, it doesn't make any sense at all.
But it was like I saw this a couple of times in the theater, and like just watching it for this, and like seeing the gun, like when he kicks the rifle, or like holds his foot against it or whatever. I don't remember seeing that at all.
Oh,
because they don't.
Like I feel like I just saw that for
if
the
you watch
first
it in
time.
real time. That's why it works. Like you don't process it.
I don't. Does that work? Is that a good thing to like not see the things that are going on in real time?
Well, I'm not saying it works as a movie. I'm just saying that's.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's the way they make movies.
Do you feel like?
I guess so.
So, Tommy, you're saying like, okay, if you want to create chaos and a feeling of confusion, but adventure, enjoyment, whatever, explosions, guys flying out, tumbling behind cars. You're saying you love all that stuff, but you don't feel like it works.
I love all that stuff, but you don't make an entire chase scene out of it. Like the whole scene can't be that.
So
because then it's just like a big mess of stuff.
If you think about this next to the Raiders truck chase, is the Raiders truck chase more coherent?
It is. It's a lot more coherent.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly. I'm sure people could explain to me exactly why, but I think part of it is that even though there's a ton of stuff going on, there's like one thing happening at a time.
Do you feel like
the guy swings in and kicks him in the face and beats him against the thing, and he goes under the thing, and then he comes back and he kicks the guy and he does the same thing to him.
It's a clear narrative. Like it's a very clear narrative what's happening at every moment.
Well, do you feel like they have establishing shots?
There's a little of that, yeah.
In the Raiders truck chase,
More you see the line of Belloc's whatever convertible is in front of his truck and whatever and stuff, and there's other guys behind him. Like there's a little of that. You don't need a ton of that, but there's a little bit so that when guys are coming up in like a machine gun Jeep alongside, you know where that guy came from, and it's just and this is only 3 cars. It shouldn't be like that confusing, but it kind of like Raheem shows up and you're like, oh yeah, that guy. Where's he been? Like,
Yeah,
was he there the whole time? Is he just showing up
and then he
again?
shows up. Yeah.
You know what?
Although I will say that seat. Oh, sorry, Joe.
No, you say it, Pete, because you're saying what I was thinking.
Well, I was just going to say another little Spielbergian moment of magic I liked was when the Raheem is chasing him down that little alley that keeps getting narrower and narrower, and then he just goes.
Oh yeah,
and the car just like lurches.
Yeah,
to stop.
You imagine that it's going to get stuck, and then it's going to go, and he's going to explode,
yeah.
but it doesn't.
It doesn't. It just goes.
Yeah, anticlimactic.
Which is almost like that's a terrible. Like I think that's the last we see of him in this movie. Like this is the end of the chase for him. It's the end of his like pursuit of Helena as a person and as a love interest. And that's like it's so like just deflating and just like my car.
That's fine. I think that's funny.
Like
to me, that's I like that. That's kind of funny.
It is funny. I just feel bad for him. Like you
that...
almost wish you would explode in a ball of flame and fury and heartache.
Flame and fury and heartache. Huh. Is that the last we see of him? That's incredible.
I think it is.
And it goes dunk.
Yeah. Dunk.
Wow. But you know what they do that's interesting? When he approaches from behind, his car is his car is like racing, accelerating, like it's really scary. When he and then they show Indy's face and he's like, "Oh," and then they show the car and you're like, "Oh my gosh, everybody's going to die."
Yeah.
And then they do sort of another similar shot when he goes through the alley. They have a really speedy tunnel close up of his face.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's their plan? Like, I also don't understand why is Raheem suddenly just shooting a gun at everybody? Like, is he just going to murder everybody? Like he's going to murder this kid and this old man?
I mean, haven't you
and
ever
all
been
these strangers?
Love
she was a real jerk to him a minute ago. Yeah. She really just let him have it and just dug the knife in.
Escalates really quickly.
Yes, that's well said.
That's why one day he'll be Big Raheem. He's going to take over.
Yeah, maybe if he's Big Raheem, maybe they mean like emotionally.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Big
Raheem's like, listen, sometimes you fall in love and you can even get married, and it's just, it can be very difficult.
Little Raheem blows up the entire place just trying to get at the girl who hurt his feelings. Big Raheem turns the other cheek.
So Mads and crew, like they show their car turning a corner here, and in the background there's a sign, and I think it's a tobacco sign or something, but it struck me that I didn't really care that much, and it made me think back to Raiders. And like whenever we would see something like a Rinso soap sign, we would just be filled with glee because we wanted, like he made a world that we wanted to step into and be part of and live in. And I don't feel like this movie does that. Like there's no part of this movie where I'm like, oh, I just want to step in there and live in this world and experience every part of it. And you did with those other movies. And I feel like this was just like a little bit of a slog. Like I don't know that they create.
Well, there was also like there was the element of like we live with Raiders for 40 years or something, and then when you find Rinso, you're like, oh, look at that, they're using Rinso.
Yeah, that's true.
There's like a specific soap that they're using in the background. That's fun.
But it's interesting that we like at 40 years from now we're like, oh my god, Tabax. There's a Tabax sign in the background.
No, we will not. I'm not planning on it anyway. And again, I like this movie. I like this movie just fine. Yeah. I think these 3 minutes are a little rough. But I agree with you completely that it does not have the staying power of, the first three or anything.
Well, speaking of staying power, we get this scene where Helena is really rough on Indy for not being around when she needed him. And it's interesting because like her words are like slaps, like they're really pretty heavy. Mm-hmm. And do these words, do they have any effect on Indy? And B, is his response completely inappropriate? Like she says these things, he says, "You have no idea." Like I don't know what he was going to finish with that sentence, but it doesn't seem like anything.
That's intriguing. He seems to think that she really doesn't have any idea, like whatever he was going to, like that he's
what a horrible kid you were. Like what was he going to say? There's no positive response there.
I mean, we've seen him. We saw a flashback of him trying to help Baz and stuff, and so it might just be like a thing of like, you have no idea how hard it was dealing with Baz and how much I tried to help him.
That would make
and,
make
I
it
couldn't
10
be
times
with you
more
because
important
he was.
that he be with her though. That like if Baz is difficult.
So,
yeah, I feel like everything is just like another slap at her.
Yeah,
but
the movie does something super weird right here, and it's like this whole 3 minutes of like, just I see what's happening, but I don't get it. Because she's, like you say, she's all mad at him for like not being around. And she's like, oh, family was never your strong suit. And right after that, she pulls the gag of asking him where his watch is, knowing that Teddy
why did
took
she do that? Like, why did she?
I don't know, but he says, that's my father's watch. Give it back to me. So the movie is going from family was never a strong suit for you to give me back my father's watch. That means a ton to me. But nobody in the scene does anything with that. That's not like a follow-up from her point, or she doesn't like, oh, I guess her family is strong for you or something. But it's just the movie is showing her stuff and she's not getting it or something.
It could have been a teachable moment. It could have been like a little after-school
for
special.
anybody.
Oh, your family is important to you.
Yeah.
Well, this whole time, I think we see, I don't know, she has sort of a light affection for him, but you get the impression she doesn't really care. I mean, she's kind of double-crossing him. The whole thing, she's been double-crossing him. She kind of doesn't care. Remember when, at sort of the beginning of this chase scene, she says something, he's like, all the guys, walk away or back away, and she's like, I told him to shoot you.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying, you're like, is this all her resentment towards Indy because he was a terrible godfather?
I think yes. I think that's the intention.
Was she really like, my father was a bad father because he went nuts because of this dial stuff that he and this man found together.
Mm-hmm.
And then
this man who promised to be my godfather and this other man just disappeared.
Yeah.
He kind of,
the resentment to me feels earned.
When he leaves and this dial, it doesn't work, or it's just garbage, or it's, it's just going to drive you crazy. It does have that classic dismissive quality when he shows up and he says, it's a worthless bronze medallion, Marion. Do you have it?
Yeah.
And then he kind of just is ready to leave.
Yeah.
And
see, with Marion, it makes a ton more sense because she had been in love with him, and so she still got those feelings. And so when her bar burns down and she's got nothing else left, she still goes with him and still has some affection for him and everything. But the balance, I agree with you, Pete, that Helena's resentment is totally earned, and it makes sense why it's there. But the weird balancing act that the movie is trying to do with having us like her, but also get that she's pissed at Indy.
Oh yeah, it doesn't work.
And she's almost like the biggest villain in the movie so far.
Yeah.
She's like left him to get arrested by the CIA. She's like pushing him out of cars and trying to get him shot and everything. And it's a little too, I think if I didn't like Phoebe Waller-Bridge so much, I would have a really hard time with her. And I do. I have a hard time with her character, but I wouldn't be able to get through the movie so much.
Well, I've only seen this movie once, actually, at this point, all the way through. And I
think you're going to like it.
I didn't buy her turn. Like, to me, she didn't earn the redemption she gets at the end. Like, I didn't feel like her arc made sense. I'll be curious if it does this time.
Yeah.
It just felt like there were a lot of neat little bows wrapped up nicely that maybe wouldn't have been wrapped up.
The other strange thing is Indy, she's like, family was not your strong suit. And he's like, you have no idea. And you're like, I don't know. I think it's pretty well established that family is not a really big thing for Indy.
She might think that, until Last Crusade, obviously, he doesn't have any connection with anybody. But then in Last Crusade, you learn why he doesn't have a connection with his dad. Well, first you find out he has a dad, then you find out why he's estranged from him and stuff, and it makes sense. So, I don't know, from her, maybe she didn't see Last Crusade, and she doesn't know that, there's history between him and his dad, and that's why he's,
it's not, I mean, I don't, it's not that I don't think he loves people or whatever, but he,
Mm-hmm. I think we've established he does not.
Yeah, there you go.
Just kind of bounces around pinballs from helpful person to helpful person.
Does he love Luke? Yeah. Is that who he loves?
He's like, show me where
Proper.
it does, show me where it doesn't hurt.
But the watch thing baffles me. Like, is it just there because they think it's a funny little line to put in the script? It doesn't make any sense.
That's what's so weird is that it comes right on the heels of Family Was Never a Big Thing for You. And then he's demonstrating that his father meant something to him. But then that's the end of the scene already. Like, that scene's over, and then he's just talking about his watch.
And she says it.
That's super weird.
Specifically to get him to realize that Teddy stole his watch, which I also don't understand. Like, did she
now she's just being a dick to Teddy. Now she's getting Teddy in trouble.
Yeah.
So she knows it. She knows it. When she says, do you know what time it is?
Mm-hmm. It's like a total setup.
Oh, yeah, she did that specifically, yeah. Because why else would she say that?
If he had been holding coffee, he would have spilled coffee on himself, and she would have laughed when he looked at.
So I mean, is that the sort of thing where it's like, looky what he can do? Are we supposed to be thinking like with Teddy? You're like, here's one of Teddy's talents, and he's really good. He can. First of all, he laughs at violence, and that's great. We like that. And he's a thief.
Somebody was like, we need to get a show don't tell moment where we see that he can steal something.
Yeah.
And then he can steal like airplane keys later or something.
Yeah.
Makes me think of it. What is it? Is it, Tommy, what is the claymation? Is it the Christmas that almost wasn't? Or the Year Without a Santa Claus?
Year Without a Santa Claus, yeah.
And the Abominable Snowman, and they finally get him, they say, looky what he can do.
Well, no, that's Rudolph. We did that on the show.
It's Rudolph, yeah.
Look at what he can do.
He puts his whole thing, like his height, his
monster puts star on tree.
Yeah, monster puts star on tree, and he doesn't have to get. You're like basically you don't have to get a ladder.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nice though. Useful. That is. I think if I am later in life were to cry, I think that might be the scene that would do it for me.
That scene from Rudolph?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow. That scene from
because you feel like you're a monster with no use at all, and then you find out you can put the star on the tree. I didn't know you felt that way about yourself. That's awful.
It's about acceptance.
Your voice broke when you said that. That was beautiful. You said it's about.
Aw, Jerry's bounce.
Jerry has feelings.
Jerry bounces.
Nuts.
Oh my god!
We could be watching Rudolph.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we kind of are.
Yeah, I think we are in our minds. Well, speaking of our minds, I wonder if there's anybody else who minds that they get to put a message on the show.
Oh, wait a minit!
A whole minute.
Minute? No, wait! One little Rudolph bounce.
Okay.
Coming in over the wire. Looky what she can do.
Look at what the teletype can do.
This just in from Professor Christy Porter. Oh, see, this watch is really a big thing here. Is the stealing of the watch a time reference?
Oh.
And are there many other time references littered throughout this movie because of the Dial of Destiny? It's a two-parter. And does it also reference...
Should we still be beeping? Is there more stuff coming through the machine? Okay.
Does it also reference the time that was lost when Indy was not there for Wombat?
Oh, he doesn't have a timepiece on his wrist because he has no time for
her time of bonding was stolen away.
Yes.
I feel like Christie's making this a better movie.
Maybe, yeah.
That it deserves
Is Wombat the tan line of Indy's watch on his wrist?
Well, I do
the answer is sure.
There are some other time references for sure.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, the thing starts with a ticking clock for crying out loud.
There you go. And there's a bomb that doesn't go off.
That's right.
Yeah.
This movie knows what it's doing.
Yeah,
it's a well-oiled machine, like a clock or something.
There's a quick countdown to what's his name? Raheem, and you feel like he's going to explode and he doesn't.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
They should have like showed like his gas tank like spilling out or whatever, and like, oh, here it goes, it's gonna blow, and he's like, oh, I gotta get that fixed now. My dad's gonna be mad. Oh, bye everybody.
That's
Yeah,
kind
just
of
see if you can back
incredible.
up. We'll
We
try
don't
to get
see
out.
him again. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's his.
I do remember in the like sitting in the movie theater watching this for the first time. I'm like, I'm not exactly sure why that guy's here. Why was he just added to this chase? Like he shows up, like he showed up, in movie time, like like 6 minutes ago, but now he's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is he there to show to give a little depth to Wombat? Like, she's a whatever, an altered jumper,
An asshole.
Yeah.
She's a complete jerk.
Well, what's interesting is that she was engaged to a guy like that.
Yeah, but it seems to come out that like it was probably like a total convenient thing for her. Like she was just trying to get something out of him or through him or something.
She was engaged to a guy like that? I thought Raheem seems like a kind of caring guy.
He seems like a nice and like forget that he's a mobster or whatever. He does seem like I like him. He seems like a good guy. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, but he seems like he genuinely cares about her and wants to spend time with her.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
and he's stunned that she's being such a monster to him.
Yeah.
So like if he was there just to show that she was add some like interest to her that she was married or engaged to him and stuff, like all that scene does is make her just seem like an awful monster.
Yeah,
because he's like, oh, you sold the ring, didn't you? She's like, yeah, it didn't go for as much as I thought it would. Like she's just like actively being a jerk to him. It's not even like, oh, this isn't working out. Oh gosh,
is that kind of like? But I feel like they're trying to sort of paint her as like a fun scoundrel.
That is kind of I think you're right. I think that's kind of what they're going for. But they keep picking those scenes wrong or something. Like her ditching Indy in the school and stuff, and that seems look at her go. She's a little adventurer. She's gonna do. But like no, you just left Indiana Jones to get killed or arrested or something. That's awful.
I feel like they took both of you guys' advice and they took this movie really seriously.
They definitely did. Yeah, there's a definite...
I think they took it too serious. I think they got too worried about, we got to do this and this and this, and they didn't make a movie.
I don't know. I just had a big meal and I want to go to bed. I had a pulled pork sandwich and it was really good. A Cuban sandwich.
Oh, nice.
Really nice.
Cubans are good.
It was better than I expected it to be even.
Oh, I love Cuban
And I was
sandwiches.
expecting it to be good. On that note... Go get yourself a delicious sandwich. It doesn't have to be a Cuban sandwich, but do what you got to do. Whatever is going to make you happy, go get that food and eat it. Eat it all day, sucker. And then please come back next week where we discuss the next 3 minutes of this movie. Now that this chase is over, who knows what'll happen? Right here on the Indiana Jones Minute.